right. Then we get to the last one we're going to do, which is divisibility by 11. And to test whether a number is divisible by 11, let's show you by doing an example or two. Let's look at the numbers 7, 4, 2, 8, 3. Now, what we do is we find out what the difference is between all the odd numbers. So here we go. So I take the first one, the third one, and the fifth one. I take those numbers and I add them together. 7 plus 3 plus 2 is 7 plus 2, yeah, ugly. Plus 3 is 12. And I add the remaining numbers, all the even ones there, those two. So I go 4 plus 8 is 12. And if the difference between the two sums is divisible by 11, in other words, if it's 11 or 0, in this case it is 0. When I subtract those two, I get 0. So the number that I had originally is divisible by 11. All right? Before I write down the formulation for that, let's go over again. All the odd digits added together, subtract all the even digits. If it's a multiple of, or shall we rather say, find the difference between them. In other words, not the negative. Then 11 divides in. So let's look at one more. 1, 9, 3, 2, 4. Okay? And what do? I take all those numbers, 4, 3, and 1. So 4 plus 3 plus 1 is 8. 9 plus 2 is 11. All right? And I look at the difference between those two. It's 3, which means 11 cannot divide into that original number. Now again, what we could do is we can do this. Let's take that number out there at the end. Right? Actually, I can take out any number in the sequence. Let's take out the first one there. How about that? So I take the 1 away that I added. And I go, okay, what can that first number be for this number to be divisible by 11? All right? Which just means that, well, I need my sum there. My sum at the moment is 7. 7 plus something. And I know I only have 10 digits to pick from. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, the only way for this subtraction to be a multiple of 11 is if that number there is 11, right? You see that? Because I can't get any bigger. I can't get to 22, in other words. So 4 plus 3 is 7. How do I get from 7 to 11? You're right. I have to add 4. So that number has got to be a 4. Then I end up with a number that is divisible by 11, right? So let's formulate that into a rule. And you say, if difference between sum of odd digits and sum of the difference between the sum of the odd digits and sum of even digits. See, odd digits, even digits. The first, third, fifth, second, fourth, right? If the difference between that, sum of the even digits, is divisible by 11, then we are successful. Okay, so there we go. All right, and that's all our divisibility rules.